21st century business requires tech, and that can be complicated, overwhelming, and expensive. But in today's masterclass, I'm going to go over how you can actually optimize, streamline, and probably even pare down your tech to save you time, save you money, and scale your business. Because way too often we need a solution, and so we buy into more tech, and then it's death by $15 subscriptions. Everything's $7, $15, 27. And we think, well, it's not that much if it gets results, but rarely does it. And so I am going to break down the top 5 tips for making sure that you are investing your time, your money, and your energy into tech that's going to make a difference, and that you're leaving the whole rest behind. I'll also go through the number 1 tip of how you can save time and money and make sure that this is working for you and not just creating more work that distracts you from actually building your business. So let's get started. I'm Jennifer Aaliyah. I am a funnel and launch strategist. I help 6 and 7 figure business owners plug holes in their funnels so that they can get better results without wasting money on more ad spend, sending spammy messages, or spending their whole day on social media. There's things you can do to optimize no matter what stage of business you're on, and tech is the first one. So let's get started. Tip number 1, tech doesn't do the work. No matter what the sales page says, no matter what you've been told, the tech doesn't solve the problem, and it doesn't do the work that you need. It's just a tool. It's like if you needed to build a shed for, let's say, your tractor or bicycles or a new animal that you're bringing to your farm. If you buy the lumber and some nails and a hammer, you have the pieces, but you still need to know how to put them together to end up with an actual shed that will work. You can slap them together, you can put them in a pile and make them look really nice. You can read all of the sales reviews that say this is the best lumber, the best hammer, and the best nails, and they totally changed my life. But until you know how to use them, all you have is a pile of lumber, a bunch of nails, and a hammer. And you haven't made any progress. And then you will spend time overthinking it, worrying about how you can actually take those raw materials and build what you need, and then just learning by trial and error and burning through an awful lot of really good lumber and expensive nails. Tech won't do the work for you. So before starting, you need to realize that, and you need to be in a position where you either have the time to invest in learning how to do it, where you already have learned how to do it, or have a mentor that knows exactly how to use the tech that you are bringing in. Because even if you have a coach that's using a CRM or using a social media scheduler, it doesn't mean that they're going to know how to use what you have. There's overlap, but all of them are different. And they may not know how to integrate it into what you have. So really having an idea of what work needs to be done, what you know how to do, and what you need to learn how to do is really the first step in investing in tech. It really doesn't have to do with the app at all. It doesn't have to do with the reviews or the hottest new thing out there. It doesn't have to do with what Russell Brunson's using or another guru that you follow. It really has to do with knowing your skill set, knowing what you need to know to use that app, and how you're going to get there. That should be your first priority when deciding to invest in tech. Because if you don't have the skill set, you don't know how to get the skill set, and you're not really sure of even what you need to learn to use it, it's going to be a mountain of frustration as you're paying subscription fee month after month and not really using it and not making any progress in your business. Number 2, cheap is still expensive. Now, tech isn't really cheap because by the time you add everything up, free subscriptions only get you so far. And there's lots of people that say you can build your business from nothing. And you can, but at some point you do need to pay for something because, as I said, the free tools are limited and you can keep taking in free tools, but then you rarely can do what you need to do. And now you just have a collection of tools that you kind of know how to use and don't do what you need. So, investing in something that is $5, $7, $20, maybe even $40 a month doesn't sound like a lot. However, if it's taking you 10 hours to know how to do something that's supposed to save you 5 minutes, that's still expensive. Your time and your energy are worth something. Also, the money that you're spending for this app is supposed to be life-changing. Well, you can't figure out how it's going to change your life is expensive because even if it is $5, it's still $5, $10, $20, $50 that you could be putting into something else. And that something else may be someone else doing it for you. That's not always the case, but sometimes that is the best investment. Sometimes a tool isn't what it is. Sometimes it's having someone stand beside you or do it for you. So just because something is cheap doesn't mean that it's inexpensive. It can still cost you a lot. So before investing in any tool, no matter what price it is, be sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Look at number 1 and check out number 3. Number 3, support and know-how are essential. Just like I said in point number 1, the tech doesn't do the work for you. We all have different gifts and skill sets. But getting the skill set that pushes us to be able to really successfully use that app is something that takes a lot of effort. And sometimes it's a skill set that needs other skill sets before we get there. That is why apps that offer support and know-how, so they have tutorials, they have trainings, they have live Q&A, or perhaps they have live chat where you can actually talk to somebody instead of submitting a ticket or going to their support section that really just has things that don't answer your question and you waste endless hours hoping that one of those articles or questions that somebody asked and nobody answered will answer your question. When you have support and you have a training system, it is revolutionary because now you can bring that tech into your business. You can learn how to do it. When you get stuck, you can get help and you can actually move forward. Just having the tools doesn't move you anywhere because back to that shed analogy, you could buy 6 more tools, but the fact of the matter is until you learn how to build or know where to start or have someone to show you, it's just more money wasted on tools. So always, always, always check out their support, learn how you can get in touch with someone, learn how long it takes for them to get back to you, and definitely check out what kind of know-how as far as tutorials, trainings, and courses they have to really get the most out of that app. The best ones have really good training because they know what they're doing and they want you to succeed. Number 4, what you really need. Now, shiny object syndrome is kind of a side effect of the 21st century. We are offered so many options. There is so much out there, and it's very compelling. I'm in marketing, but often I find myself getting pulled into things, and then I need to step back and think, wait, do I really need this? How am I using this? Because again, like I said in number 1, the tech doesn't do the work. You want to scale, you want to get better results, you want to have more leads. What do you really need to get there? Just getting another app may not be it. So I'm going to break down the core apps that or services, features, I guess you could say, that everybody needs to run a business. Now, all of them are going to be different, and there may be some that you fight me on. And if there's ones that you think you can't live without, definitely leave it in the comments because I'm always open to suggestions, and it's great when we collaborate. But what do you really need? Number one, you need somewhere to host at least a landing page, a website, a funnel, something where people can learn what you offer and either get in touch with you, buy it, book a call, sign up for something. You need to have a way to get that information out and get visible so people can come and see what you're doing and say, yes, this is the person I want to work with. Number two, along that lines, you need some sort of scheduling. You need a way to meet with people, to schedule clients as far as calls, to work through things with team members. So a calendar and scheduling and a way to meet with people such as Zoom is essential. Number three, you need to be able to invoice and send contracts. This is very important. Just sending me a PayPal me link doesn't really cut it. People need to know in writing what they're agreeing to. You need some sort of legal backing to protect yourself. And you need something that's going to track what money's going in, what money's going out, and who has actually paid you. Number four, you need a marketing system. Now, this doesn't mean that you need 17 different apps or you need to be on every platform, but you do need a way to get your marketing information out there. That includes a social media scheduler and an email marketing or ESP program. You can get away without having a social media scheduler, but as you get busy and as you want to scale, you really need to become more efficient. And so that will save you time and energy once you know how to use it. The fifth absolutely essential thing that you need is somewhere to house your products. So somewhere that people can go and experience your digital products or go and see what your physical products are and check them out and learn about them. So you need some sort of online shop that drives traffic, educates people, and lets them access what they need. Now, out of those five, it may sound like you need 17 different apps, but you don't. Many of these can be found in packages that work together, and ones that are able to be integrated are more important than anything else, because the worst thing is when you get this coolest new tech that's going to do exactly what you need to do, and then you find out that it doesn't integrate with what you're doing, or you can't connect A to B, and so then C, D, and E don't matter. So knowing what you absolutely need, what platforms you're on, which platforms do you even need the social media for? How many people are on your list? How robust of an ESP do you need? How are you using that ESP? Is it also landing pages? Do you have automations? Can it do automations? All of these are questions to ask. But if you can cover those top 5 categories, it will let you build, scale, and grow your business. And then as you find holes, you can either go deeper into those apps or bring in what you really need. But knowing what you need and knowing how they integrate is paramount. Trust me, I've been there. The last thing, number 5, and this is the one that changes everything in your business. Because as I said, shiny object syndrome and FOMO and imposter syndrome, these are all things that keep us from growing. And really what they come down to is one thing. The way you slay those, the way you overcome them, the way you know what you need to get out of that box and move on is to know your goals and what you really need. Do you need to be a TikTok sensation? Maybe you do. And now you need the parts and the pieces and the know-how and the tech to do that. But are you thinking that's what you need just because that's what everybody's talking about, or nothing else is working, so you think if you just try this, then that will work? The answer is no. If nothing is working, then trying something completely new because it's trendy isn't going to work either. It means that either you don't have those 5 basic categories in line, you have a messaging problem, or you have a clarity problem that you don't know who you're targeting, you don't know what you're targeting them with, and your offer isn't clear. So what is your goal? Is your goal to be on more platforms to get more visibility? Is your goal to create better videos or to be able to edit? Is your goal to send out messages every day and follow up in multiple media? So via email, SMS, Facebook messages. You need to know what the goal is. What is it that you really need to move forward? And I can tell you that sometimes it is what's trending. Sometimes it is this new thing that comes out. Like when Canva came out, it changed everything. But so many people bought in the Canva, didn't know how to use it, and said it didn't do anything for my business because they didn't know why they were buying Canva in the first place. So what do you want to do? You need to narrow that down. And how do you want to do it? All of us want more leads. All of us want more revenue. All of us want to work less hours. That's a given. What is it that you really, really, really need and want? Because to work less hours, it may be that you need more systems. To get more visibility, it could just be that you need to be more consistent. To have more clients, it can be that your offer just needs to be clearer and you need to be putting it out there more. Those are the questions you need to be asking. And so I thank you for watching this. And I want to make sure that you don't get stuck in this tech jungle, because I know how hard it is to have tech that's supposed to do all these things. And then you're stuck in your office, banging your head against the wall saying, why can't I make this work? So I have two free gifts for you. One of them is if you can comment wherever you're watching this below the video and just say tech help. I have a special guide that I can send you that will walk you through these 5 steps and what you really need, and also the questions you need to be asking yourself that will drive what you need and what the next step should be. The second thing is, may not be for everybody. But if you are in a place where you have tech and you understand it, but you're just tired of having so much of it, it's cumbersome, you want to save money, you want to save time, and you just want it to work harder for you, I'd like to invite you to a 15-minute tech check with me to just look at where you are, look at your goals and your know-how, and see how we can make this easier for you. If you would like to book that, it is completely complimentary and no strings attached. I would love to sit down with you and make this easier for you so that you can plug those holes in your funnel, you can attract more of the right leads, and you can scale your business, not 5 years from now, not when another thing hits the market, but now. We can start now and make a difference in this quarter and the next. So if that is what you want, if you're tired of going through this alone and wondering what you need next, drop invite tech check in the comments or send me a DM wherever you are watching this, and I will set it up so we can sit down and look at this and you can finally move forward. Because the only thing worse than not having the tech you need is having something that you don't know how to use and being frustrated and overwhelmed by the money, the time, and the energy that you're wasting trying to get it to work. So thank you for joining me for this Wednesday masterclass. I go live every Wednesday at 1:30 Central with a new topic to really train, equip you, and empower you to move your business forward without doubling, tripling, or spending more money on ads than you have, sending spammy messages, or just spending all day on social media hoping that you'll find that ideal client ready to say yes. Be sure to claim your free gifts in the comments, and I can't wait to get to talk to you.